Hey, I want to jump on tonight because I was reading some comments and it really got me thinking about a topic that I've been meaning to talk about with you. So I'm going to jump in and talk right about it. Tonight, I'm talking about how what we think about ourselves totally becomes reality all the time and how you can shift that. So thanks for joining me. Hey, you guys, what is it? Saturday night. Happy Saturday night. For those of you new to my page, I'm Natalie Jill. I'm a licensed master sports nutritionist and functional fitness trainer. And what I do is I kill fat for a living, not just the fat in our bodies, although I can definitely help you with that too, but those false assumed truths. That's what FAT stands for to me, those false assumed truths that happens in our heads, especially as we're aging, those things that we start to believe about ourselves that aren't necessarily true, we just believe them. That's what I do, so thanks for joining me. If you are joining me live or you're watching the replay on this, I would love to know who I'm talking to, so let me know your name, because I'm on Instagram and Facebook here, and sometimes on Instagram can't see your actual name. Let me know that. Also, let me know where you're joining me from. If you're in the States, what state you're from. If you're outside of the States, where you're joining from. And also, the other thing I'd love to know from you is your age. And I ask that because I'm 47, and I love knowing if I'm talking to you, if I'm talking to someone close to age with me. So let me know that as well. So hello, and thanks for joining me. So I'm going to jump right in. So many of you know, or maybe you don't know, I declared about 6 weeks ago that I was going to learn the splits. Now, what's unique about that? Nothing in particular, other than my whole life, I just believe that I can't do the splits. It's just one of those random things, and I'm pretty athletic. I do a lot of things fitness-wise, but I've never been flexible, and I'm not somebody that they're being able to do the splits. Even as a kid, when I would do dance or gymnastics, I never could do them, but not only couldn't I do them, I never actually practiced. And in fact, sometimes I'd be scrolling social media and I'd see people in these cool positions, doing all these crazy artistic moves and doing their splits, and I'd say, I want to learn to do that. I want to do that. And I would think about it, but I never would actually practice it. I'd never actually put in the time to practice it. And deep in my mind, I would just think, well, I'm just not flexible. It just doesn't happen. But what's interesting about that is I sit here and talk to you all all the time about killing false assumed truths, right? About killing those things that we believe to be true that aren't true. And when I deal with fat loss clients constantly, they usually come to me with some belief set that they have, whether it's their thyroid or their big bone or genetics or whatever it is. They come to me with this self-imposed stuff as to why they can't lose weight. And those that have had success with me know that's the first thing that we have to shift, because if you believe something to not be possible, it definitely will not be possible. Always, 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 always. So back to my split story. I decided 6 weeks ago that here I challenge everyone to change their mindset on things. And I share a formula always about making a decision, declaring it, creating a vision, and then going into the consistency and practice of it. So I decided, okay, I'm going to pick something like that myself, because I always do that with business goals, or I do it with, my fitness, fat loss goals, and I do it with clients, but I hadn't actually done it with this flexibility thing. So I decided that I was going to do this. So about 6 weeks ago, and you can follow, if you look at my Instagram page, you'll see lots of posts. In fact, I posted one yesterday of my progress, but you can see where I started, and I literally couldn't do anything that had to do with the splits. I couldn't even get close. But I decided that I was going to do it. I made a declaration that it was going to happen, and I just decided I was going to practice every single day no matter what, whether I felt like it or not. And I'm not there yet, but I'm halfway to the time that I declared I would do it in, and I've gotten a lot further. But what's interesting is I posted yesterday, and I shared, look, you guys, this is my progress, this is what I'm doing, I'm still practicing, I'm not there yet. And what was interesting is that I would say probably 90% of the comments encouraged me and said, that's awesome, keep going, I'm going to do it too, and that's so great. Some people even gave me tips, like, have you watched this way of stretching? Have you watched that? Gave me these amazing tips. But a couple people came on with huge false assumed truths and those self-imposed stops, and said things like, you'll never get them. It's not possible. Somebody even wrote, some people are just not built to do them. Or some people don't have hip structure for that. And it just won't happen for some people. And I was really shocked reading that, because I thought, wow, isn't this a case study for society? And isn't this an exact mirror of what happens in our lives when we're going for goals, right? We decide we want to go for something, we're excited about it, we're committed, we're going to do it, and then lo and behold, our family, coworkers, negative friends, maybe some strangers on social media say, you can't do that. And then what happens? What happens when they do that? We start self-doubting. We start finding evidence that supports why we can't, and now we believe we can't. And here's what I want you to know. When you believe that something is not possible, when you believe it's not possible, there is not a chance. It will never happen. If you believe something is not possible, it will never, ever happen. You have created a self-imposed stop. It's a false assumed truth, and it's based on absolutely nothing. It's based on nothing, because you can find evidence either direction all the time. So why on earth would you ever choose to believe that something's not possible? Why would you do that? You're just shutting off. You're giving it up. You're saying, I'm not even going for this. And how can you possibly say you are a positive, supportive, encouraging person if you tell other people they can't make things happen? What the heck? How can you do that and then call yourself a positive, supportive person? They just don't go together. So do yourself a favor and do your friends and your family and everybody else a favor. Why not believe that things are possible? I mean, what's the harm in that? And what's that about by not doing it and shutting off your dreams or somebody else's? You know, it was actually just such an interesting thing to have happened to me, because I thought, wow, isn't this a perfect example? Now, I didn't let those people bother me, because I know that that is their ridiculous limiting belief. That's their self-imposed stop. They're not going to put it on me. And I challenged them and said, no, anything's possible when you believe that it's possible. And that's absolutely true. Many of you know I have a podcast called Leveling Up, Creating Everything from Nothing. And what I do on that is I interview tons of people about how they created massive success from a place of failure. And typically, failure without a support system, like failure, no money, no things working against them, and people not believing them. And I interview people on how they shifted. And there's so many examples. There's on that podcast, you can find my Janine Shepherd, who I loved interviewing. It was so crazy. She was an Olympic athlete, and she was hit by a truck. She was hit by a truck. Imagine this, you're training for the Olympics, you're an athlete, people called her Janine the Machine. She gets hit by a truck and she's paralyzed, completely paralyzed. Ends up in the hospital. She's told from doctor after doctor she would never walk again. She was told that, but she understood what I'm talking about right now. And she said, I don't want to hear it. I do not want any evidence or anyone telling me that I'm never going to walk again, because then I won't. So she refused to listen. She instead studied, she sought help, she worked for it, and she is now a walking paraplegic. It's a true story. There's a movie about her. You can listen to her on my podcast. Walking paraplegic because she decided. Countless stories. So many stories of people that make millions, hundreds of millions even, dollars, where they were told by people they would never achieve their results, and they did it. They did it. But the first thing that has to go is those negative belief sets, those things telling you that something is not possible. So I wanted to share this with you because this is very real, and this is what is holding many of you back in life. This is what is holding you back. You believe that things are not possible, and therefore they never, ever will be. All that is standing in the way between you and your success, whether that's financial, whether that's your fat loss goals, whether that's your health goals, whether that's doing the splits, whatever the heck it is, whatever you want to go for, all that's in your way, all that's in your gap is your belief set. And if you let people tell you that something is not possible, that's just as bad. So you change your belief set and you stop listening to the people that are telling you it's not possible. Because let me tell you what, nothing's possible until someone does it, right? So why not be that example? Instead, what we do so many times, something's not going well in our life, and what do? We go on Google to find evidence. We find evidence of other people not having results, right? With our same situation, because now we get to validate our excuse. Guys, that's a cop-out. That's being lazy. That's staying comfortable. It's not going to change you. Don't sell out on yourself and don't sell out on other people. My slogan is excuses are solutions, you decide. Some people get offended by it, and that's totally fine. That's great. If you're offended by it, I probably don't want to work with you because I'll never shift you. If you want to enroll me in your excuses, that's you can do that, but I won't get enrolled in them, because the second I validate your excuses, I'm being a terrible coach. I am not supportive of you. If I get enrolled in your excuses and I say, you know what, you're right, that sucks. Nothing will work for you. You're right. What happens? You get to be right. You get to stay comfortable. You don't have to work to shift and change. And you don't get any better, right? So I don't do any favors by doing that. So I don't do that. So I can have compassion and say, I hear you, I feel you, but I'm not going to validate it. I'm going to show you evidence of others that got through exactly what you're dealing with. I'm going to show you ways that you can conquer that. I'm going to show you how you're owning those negative beliefs, and that's what's holding you back. And that's what I'm going to do for you. That's holding you high in your greatness. If I'm validating your excuses, I keep you stuck. And I want you to look at people in your life that are doing that to you, because if your friends, your family are validating your excuses, they are doing you no favors. If your doctor is validating your excuses, they are not doing you a favor. How does it help you for a doctor to say, yep, you're sick, you're never getting better? How does that help you? Yeah, I mean, really, I never understood why a doctor would do that. Why would a doctor do that? They can support you, be compassionate, give you medicine, they can help you, but why take away any hope, any belief, any possibility of getting better or improving? So really take a good hard look at who are you letting in your life? What messages are they telling you? Are you finding people to validate your excuses and keep you stuck? Are you looking to really level up your life and bust through those? Because that's in your power. That is totally in your power, and you get to make that decision. But you got to get rigorous with not letting people tell you otherwise. Whenever somebody tells me I can't do something, I tell them I do not want to hear it. In fact, even my husband, I said to him, when I told him I was doing the splits, oh, well, I think that might be an unrealistic time frame. He said that to me, and he's a very positive person, but he still said it. And I just looked at him and I said, I want to hear it. Nope, it's possible. Because the second I believe it's not possible, it is not possible. So I hope this helps. Let's see, Coach Maris, yeah, listen, doctors have a place. I have no issue with doctors. What I don't love is the doctors that tell you there's no hope. Like, I've never understood that. Why would you invite that into yourself? Why would a doctor tell you there is no hope? Like, then there really is no hope. It can look terrible, great, but there's always hope. There's always an exception to the rule. There's always something else. I've had people come to me with so many excuses. And yes, I can't take all their problems away, but as soon as we shift their mindset, things start to change. So that's what I want to share with you. If you are believing something about yourself, really look at this. If you feel like you're stuck, if you're like, okay, I'm overweight and I have all these reasons, I want you to look at not just what are you eating and what are you doing, what are you believing? Are you believing that nothing will work for you? Are you believing that you've tried everything? Are you believing that you have a slow metabolism, that your thyroid doesn't work, that you're broken at something? What are you telling yourself? Because the more you tell yourself that, you will stay stuck. It's a dangerous, slippery road. You will stay stuck. Do not validate that stuff. If you're in a spot where income is your story, money is your story, what are you telling yourself? Are you every single day saying, I don't have money, I'm broke, I'm this? Or are you saying, I'm abundant, I'm working toward things, things are coming to me, it's happening? Like, what are you telling yourself? If you're single, are you saying that no one's right for me? I'll never find somebody, men are awful? Like, what are you saying that? What are you telling yourself? What is that loop going on in your head? Because that makes a big difference in your life. It makes a big difference in your life. And I'm going to take some questions. Let's see. Hi, Anita. She likes looking out my window. Can you see out there? When it's light, you can see a little bit out there. Let's see. Yes, Deb, never say never. It's my biggest pet peeve when someone says you can't or never, it's not happening. Like, no. Why even enter that into you? It just stops things. See, I'm going to take, if you have any questions, you guys, about anything, please let me know. Hey, Stacey, I see you there. Yes, you are never too old, Marianne. You are right. You are never too old. I love talking about age because age is one of the biggest false truths, self-imposed stops. Call it both those things. One that we tell ourselves, we think we're too old, so this happens. And I'm out there. I'm determined to break every single rule about aging because it's just not true. Why is it true? Because others validate it. Is that why they're true? So no, age in reverse. Age in reverse. I'm 47 and I've decided that I'm aging in reverse. So yes, I got it. The years go by. I got it. All that. But why does it have to get worse? Why does it have to get bad? That's something that people believe. It doesn't have to be true. It doesn't have to be true. Like somebody told me recently, your hair is too long. Like, oh, for who? For what? Because I'm 47, I can't have long hair. Why not? Why not? Let's see. Craig, I was heavy forever, started at 42, lost 75 pounds. Amazing. And he said that he feels better at 42 than 25. Go, Craig. That's awesome. I love that. Let's see. So hi, Chatty, I see you on there. How old are you when you started your fitness journey? Hi, Sheena. Let's see. I actively started my fitness journey in my mid-30s. I'm 47 now. It was after I had my daughter. I gained a lot of weight and I hit my own rock bottom, personal rock bottom. And when that happened, I accidentally got into fitness and fat loss as a career. Because as I was transforming my own body and working on myself, my mindset, what I was eating, what I was doing, what I was letting into my life, that started to change. And I naturally shared that with others, and that's what grew my fitness journey. So all my magazine covers, like that one behind me, those didn't happen until my mid-40s. I had a few in my early 40s. That one was last year at 46. So all of that was later. Another example of like, a lot of people think you have to be 20 to be a fitness model or whatever, and I didn't go for that one either. In fact, when I started that and I said I wanted to do fitness and be on magazines, that was my random goal at the time, I had all kinds of people tell me it wasn't possible. Not happening, it's not possible, you're too old. And I just didn't want to hear it. It's like that, la, 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 I'm not hearing you. I don't want to hear it. Hi, Anita. Anita's saying, when is another book coming? Anita, my other book is coming out in May. In May, I have a new book coming out called Aging in Reverse. You can pre-order it now. But it's called Aging in Reverse, but it comes out in May. Let's see. Healthy Living with Linda. Hi, I'm 43, and while I'm fit, I found that it's truly much harder to keep weight off. Now I'm in my 30s. Have you found the same? Healthy Living with Linda. Listen to the beginning of my live. No, that's a belief set. No, it's only harder if you say it's harder. I'm not going to validate that excuse. Again, you guys, we can validate things either way. I can say it's harder as you age to do this, and then what happens? Everyone thinks it's harder as we age now. No, there's so many people that are aging that it's not harder for. That is a false assumed truth. I could find evidence to support either way, so don't even let that in your brain. Don't even let that in your brain. It is not harder. Now, if you're eating Doritos and pizza, it might be harder, which I'm sure you're not. I'm just giving an example of healthy with Linda. I'm sure you're not doing that. But yes, we can find ways to make it harder. If you're eating a clean, natural, unprocessed diet and moving your body, the thing that's in our gap there is our mindset. It's our mindset. So I don't validate excuses. Listen, you guys, if you want someone to validate your excuses, I am not your girl. I'm telling you right now, you won't like my programs, you won't like any of it, because I don't do it. I do not validate excuses. I give real solutions that help shift you and get things off. I have compassion, but I will not feed excuses at all because it doesn't serve you, and I am selling out on you if I do that. The second I tell you something will not work for you, I am selling out on you, and I will not do that. I won't do it at all. So yeah, so that's my thought on that. And yes, I can understand look, you guys, I've been there. I've been overweight. I've been down in the dumps. I've been thinking my life is doomsday and everything else is wrong. And I'll tell you, the people that gave me compassion at that time were not standing for me. Because people that stand for you do not do that. People that stand for you see you in your greatness. They lift you up. They want to help you see what's possible. They want to help you find solutions. They want to help you do all of that. I love it. Healthy Living with Linda. Linda, definitely watch the beginning because you'll hear. And I'm saying it with love, I swear. I'm not trying to be mean because I can just tell by even your picture you're fit. But listen to the beginning. I think it will shift you if you listen to what I'm sharing there. For sure. But there's so much out there validating these dang excuses, and I want to shift it because it does not serve you to validate excuses. It doesn't do it. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to tell you guys too. Couple things. One, I am doing another free class. I've been doing this Best Year Ever class, and I'm doing another one on Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, I'm doing a free Best Year Ever class where I go deeper into this. I go deeper into mindset and how to start creating a shift so you can level up your life and start aging reverse. I'm doing it on Wednesday. If you are at all interested in signing up for that, go to nataliejillclass.com, www.nataliejillclass.com. So www.nataliejillclass.com. I'm typing it on Facebook right here. And it's totally free. And you can sign up for that, and we'll also do an email right away letting you know how to log on. But what's cool, it's an interactive video class, so I'll be able to see you, you can see me, small group, and I'll be able to answer all of your questions. So I'll be going deep, and I'll be able to interact with you. And even if you can't make the time that it's on Wednesday, sign up because I send you the replay if you signed up for it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I wanted to share with you is that, and many of you who've been watching my lives, you know I've been talking about this. So my absolute favorite thing to do is to work directly with you. Now, I have lots of programs. You can find all kinds of my digital programs and video programs and books and DVDs and all that. But that's not my favorite thing to do. My favorite thing is to work with a few of you, and really go deep with you for 3 months. So like really get to know what's holding you back and help you shift that and start creating new truths, new beliefs, and make it so we can shift what your driving core motivator is and create your actual vision and plan so that you get massive results. And I do this over a 3-month period with a very small group. And then we have a retreat at the end where we actually spend 2.5 days together. You're with me in San Diego, California. We are going deep. We're creating your vision. You're with other women that are like-minded on the same path and mission as you. And we are eating healthy together. We are spending time together. We're working out together. We're having these great discussions and things shift. People that have come to my breakthrough experiences, which is a weekend, and this coaching have had massive transformation. So that's the good news. The bad news is I only have 20 spots total for the year for 2 groups. I'm doing one in February and I'm doing one in April. And I have about 62 applications right now. And I believe we've offered spots to 6 people already. So there are 14 spots left. So if you're all interested, what I want you to do is go to NatalieJillApply.com. So Natalie, I'm typing it on Facebook too right now. NatalieJillApply.com. And you'll get an application. And then based on what you fill out on that application, if we think you're a candidate, we will likely reach out to you to have a brief phone strategy session just to talk with you to see if what you're dealing with and what's coming up for you, you'd be a good match for this. So if you are interested in that, please apply and I'll take a look at that. Me and my husband had, Jesse, how do you sign up for the class or how do you sign up for the breakthrough weekend? For the class, it's NatalieJillClass.com. For the breakthrough experience, it's NatalieJillApply.com, and you just apply. And then I get a little survey document for you, and if I think you're a good match, me or my husband will likely reach out to you. We'll have a little discussion, and if we can help you, we will. If we can't, we won't. I do want to share that weekend and that coaching experience is not free. I want to be really clear. I have tons of free stuff online. So if that's what you're looking for, I have all kinds of free stuff online. This is not free. This is an exclusive experience, and we hand select people to do this. And there is a cost to it because we're spending a lot of time with you and we are dedicating, we're committing to you over that weekend and over those 3-month period. So if you're serious about change, if you're like ready to like completely get rid of these limiting beliefs and kill those false assumed truths and make a change and actually have a lasting change, then definitely apply. So we would love to see you there. I'm gonna take some other questions. Let's see. Ooh. Thank you for posting that. Let's see. Harder is what you make it. Yes. Deb, I love it. Deb says, harder is what you make it. What did Mom say? You can do it. Yes. How bad do you want it? I am with you, Deb. See, Deb, and that's the thing. Like, if we validate excuses, I know you get this. If we validate excuses, then people stay stuck. Because, yes, misery loves company. We can find all kinds of people to validate excuses, but it is never going to help change us or shift us. It's never going to help shift us. Let's see. So thanks. Hey, Megan. Okay, let's see. Runaway Vegas. I love watching the Instagram names because I'm like, who's Runaway Vegas? You love watching me do my pull-ups. How long did it take you to be able to get 4? So Runaway Vegas. Let's see. I taught myself to do pull-ups years ago, and at one point I was able to get to, I believe, 20 in a row. And I did it by, I would literally like hang from the bar and use my own body weight to try to pull. And I'd work towards 1 and then 2, and then I kept going. The reason I'm at about 5 max right now is I had back surgery a year ago, so I totally stopped. I didn't do anything. And I just recently started doing pull-ups again. So I'll do, in a workout, I'll maybe do 4 or 5 sets of 4 or 5 right now, and I'll keep working until I get that number back up. But just like my splits practice, you can do anything you start working on and decide is possible. Because the first step in making anything happen is making a decision. That's like the number 1 step. Make a decision. Decide and do not listen. Do not listen to anyone's false assumed truths. Anyone that tells you that you can't, they're not coaching. They're not being supportive. That is selling out on you. If someone tells you your excuse is valid and they do not help you see that there's another solution, they are being a sellout. Period. End of story. Black and white discussion. So, all right, guys. Love you. Thanks for chiming in with me. If I miss any question, definitely write in the comments. I'll go back and check later. And then this will be posted live on my Facebook and YouTube after. And it'll stay live on Instagram for 24 hours if you want to catch the replay. Bye, guys.